baby. The shills can't stop shilling, and it's pissing me off. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I did some very quick math, and what I found was very, very interesting. We're going to talk a little bit more about Tesla cutting the prices of their vehicles. Now, there's a lot of reasons being thrown out there about Tesla cutting its prices because of various reasons. Oh, well, we're trying to grow and sacrifice some margin. And a lot of people are saying that Tesla, by somehow cutting prices, is going to be a bullish thing for Tesla. Now, there's always a trade-off. The lower the price, the more the demand. Obviously, more people are going to be incentivized to buy Teslas if they cut the price. If somebody was going to charge you $1 for a Tesla, you probably take it. I would take it. I would buy a Tesla for $1, and then I'd go resell it for whatever it's selling for in the secondary market. But obviously, that's going to help boost sales. But you got to remember this. When it comes to Tesla shills, like Meet Kevin, we'll pull him up here, and Jeremy Lefebvre, and so many others solving the truck stop problem. Tom Nash has been shilling Tesla. It's everywhere. It's driving me crazy. You got to remember that no matter what Tesla does, Tesla always is going to dominate, and it always does right. No matter what happens, these guys will shill Tesla, and every action they take is 4D chess and a genius move by Elon Musk and Tesla. And I'm here to tell you, that's very cult-like behavior, especially old Jeremy Financial Education here. So he made this video. Tesla just made shocking decision. And he was like, oh, you better watch out. The auto industry better watch out because Tesla's coming for you. Name one auto manufacturer that dominates the world. Oh, wait, you can't, because there's so much competition in this industry that no company can dominate. Now, here's my thesis, okay, and I'm going to show you some math. Tesla is slowly becoming a legacy automaker by their actions of cutting prices. Now, you may say, Strongman, that's crazy. Tesla is the future, bro, and it's got Powerwall, and it's got FSD, and blah, blah, blah. How is Tesla becoming a legacy automaker? Well, what are legacy automakers characterized by? Let's go look. They are generally much lower gross margin than Tesla and much lower profit margin than Tesla. Why? Because they sell to a broader global audience. And if you have lower or cheaper vehicles that the average person can afford, which people can't with a Tesla, even if they buy it now with all the incentives, it's still pretty expensive, okay? Even with all that, it is much easier for the average person to go out and buy a Toyota. Nobody can dispute that. If you dispute that, you're a delusional clown. Tesla is going in this direction. They are going to become a legacy automaker because they have to appeal to a broad audience, a broad market, in order to take over the world, quote unquote. And what's going to happen to Tesla's margins when they do? They're going to go down. And what are the earnings multiples of Tesla going to do? They're going to go down. And the growth rate, the revenue growth rate, well, this will probably help the revenue growth rate. I mean, Tesla is a growing company, okay? You can't listen to these shills when they tell you, well, Tesla has a growth rate of 40%. How hard is this to understand that if you're a small company, it's much easier to grow quickly? My YouTube channel has, what has my subscriber growth been? 1,000% subscriber growth year over year. Yeah, my sub growth is amazing. But does that mean I'm on the same level as Graham Stephan? No. His percentage growth rate in subscribers, Graham's, is probably lower than mine. And that's fine because I'm a much smaller YouTube channel. And it's much easier for me to double, triple, quadruple my subscribers. Does that make sense to you people? But that's one. So let's do some math here. Okay. But before, and I'm going to show you how badly Tesla's gross margin cut or revenue cut is going to affect their gross margin potentially. Now, remember, the annoying thing about Tesla is that they don't distinguish at least to my knowledge, sales of the Model 3 and the Model Y. So you can't really see the different margins of those two. I imagine the Y has the much higher margin. It's the more premium vehicle. And they cut those prices the most. So Tesla's gross margin is going to be absolutely freaking wrecked. But for illustrative purposes, I'm going to show you the potential ramifications of a 20% cut in revenue. But before we do that, of course, we got to shout out my sponsor, Home Service CPA. I know you guys get mad when I talk about a legitimate good or service that can help you grow your business and make sure you're in compliance with state, local, and federal laws. Home Service CPA provides payroll, bookkeeping, and taxes. If you have a business, I highly recommend you hire an accountant because you think you're smart enough to categorize, track, and then compile potentially thousands of transactions. And while you may be smart enough, you don't have the experience to do so. Why? Because accounting isn't just learned in the day. The tax code is definitely not something learned in the day. Staying in compliance with all the local, state, and federal laws does not happen in a day. You need a competent accountant if you have a business to help manage your accounting functions. Home Service CPA provides payroll services, bookkeeping, and taxes, all of which are crucial to your business. Sign up, check out Home Service CPA. There'll be a pinned comment with coupon code STRONGMAN. You can get $200 off the initial sign up and check them out. I highly recommend this. And I can do that because I work in this industry. I work in tax. This is what I do. I highly recommend it's good. People look at these prices and they're like, Strong man, this is such a rip-off. Oh my God. No, it's really not. I'm being dead serious. These prices are not that bad because when you have a business and you want to pay a CPA that went to college, got a CPA license, you want to pay somebody, you're going to have to pay him some money to make sure you get the job done right. So check out homeservicecpa.com. Now let's go do some math on Tesla margins. If I actually can. I'm on a Mac. Please forgive me. Come on, come up. No. Here we go. Okay. So this is what I think will happen to Tesla's gross margin. So what I have here is I have sales, I have cost of sales, I have gross profit, which is your sales minus your cost of goods sold, cost of sales. And then your gross margin percentage is your gross profit divided by your sales. Now, Tesla's gross profit is what? 27, 28%. We'll call it 30%, right? So let's say a company like Tesla cuts their revenue by, and this is a very simple comparison here. Let's say a company, and because we know Tesla's revenue is growing, blah, 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 blah. But this is a very good illustration, in my opinion. Very simple. If you cut your revenue by 20%, or even your future potential revenue by 20%, what impact does that have on your gross margin? Well, if we cut our sales in scenario 1 by 20%, so our sales go from 1,000 to 800, our cost of goods sold stays the same, and our gross profit will massively decline. Our gross profit declines from 300 to 100, and our gross margin declines from 30% to 13%. That is a massive, massive difference, okay? Going from a 30% margin, which is the amazing margin of Tesla, down to 13% is just absolute destruction, okay? Do I think Tesla's gross margin will be 13% in the next quarterly report? Probably not, no. But what I think is going to happen is that Tesla's margins are going to approach the rest of the auto industry as they grow, which is what I've been saying. Because, yeah, Tesla cut, theoretically, they cut their sales, their prices by 20%, right? But, maybe they save some money on costs. So, okay, maybe they cut 10% of their costs, so they'll have a 21% margin. Or maybe they cut 15% of their costs, so they might have a 26% gross margin compared to previously. I don't exactly know. But I'm going to tell you, if they aren't able to really cut costs that quickly, and they probably aren't because they have so many freaking factories. They have a lot, and they have all these new factories, and that's fixed overhead. It gets allocated inventory, blah, 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 blah. Their gross margin is going to be significantly hammered. Okay. So at the end of the day, you Tesla shills can call me stupid, right? You can say, oh, well, Tesla's the future, bro. But when you see their margins, their gross margins start to be really similar to Toyota, you got to ask yourself, okay, it's a car company. It's got the same margins as Toyota, and eventually its growth rate is going to slow down significantly because it will. What final market cap will Tesla arrive at? I don't know. I mean, Toyota, one of the largest ones in the world. I mean, it looks like its peak market cap was 250 billion at the end of 2021. I don't know. But we'll see. Tesla's the future, blah, 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 blah. We'll see. But hopefully that example helps you understand the effect that cutting your top line by 20%, cutting the prices by 20% can have a massive impact on your gross margin. Let's see. And it's a car company. It's exactly the same story as 2008, 2012 solar PV bubble and a crash. Tesla was the most, if you have like any knowledge of history, Tesla was the most obvious bubble. Like, come on. Like this really small auto manufacturer led by this cult-like leader had a stock price that went up thousands of %. And everybody was saying it was the future. And everybody was saying buy it. And everybody said nothing could go wrong. And it was perfect. And Elon was playing 4D chess. And it was going to be a $30 trillion market cap. You look at that and you hear what these people are saying. And you see the clowns on YouTube pumping it. The idiots on YouTube that told you to buy all those other garbage stocks are the same clowns pumping Tesla now. You look at all that, you combine it together, and you're like, yeah, this is probably a bubble. Okay, this was not a hard call. I think people were just scared to call it out. I don't care. You can make fun of me. Tesla's not a Tesla. You said Tesla's a bubble? And it's down like, what, 65%? Higher demand. They already make 4 times what other car companies make per sale. They could lower the price. No, I just showed you the math. If they cut their prices by 20%, but they can't really cut their costs, their gross margin is going to collapse. Okay. And they keep saying that Tesla, like it's the future and it's going to take over the world. It can do no wrong. Well, if that was the case, why would they have to cut prices? Not too long ago, I was hearing all the shills saying that Tesla had infinite demand. I remember hearing that all the time. Oh, Tesla, everybody, they don't have a demand problem. And now they're cutting prices, and now it's not because of demand. No, they're just trying to take over the whole world's auto industry. Like the amount of like justifications and shilling and like mental gymnastics. And at the end of the day, you're just trying to convince yourself that Tesla is not a car company when it is. It's a car company. And the cars are okay. They're okay looking, but they're not amazing. It's a freaking car. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm telling you, it's got way more to fall. You think I'm joking? Jeremy's an idiot, but anyone buying Tesla at these prices will make tons of money. I fervently disagree with you. What is the market cap of Tesla right now? Let's go look. All right, so Toyota, which everybody says, oh, Tesla's not like Toyota. They have much higher margins. Well, not because they cut prices. You're starting to wake up, aren't you guys? You're starting to wake up. Starting to wake up. The strongman was right all along. So their market cap, Toyota's market cap, is 191 billion. This is the largest company. I think either this or Volkswagen. And then we have Tesla, which has, oh my God, 300. Oh God, that's insane. Tesla's market cap is 386 billion. Like, dude, if you think Tesla can't go down to Toyota size or much smaller, you're delusional. Okay. You combine slowing revenue growth with much lower margins, and this company gets annihilated. I'm telling you, okay? And that could potentially happen. We'll see, though. Tesla's the future. Yeah, it could go way further down. At the end of the day, I have it in VT. I'm not worried about it. If I'm wrong, then I'll be fine anyway. The biggest competition for any car model is the existing stock of its model. The biggest competition for the Volkswagen Golf is a 3-year-old Volkswagen Golf. Tesla doesn't have to compete with its own vehicles. That will change over the next 1 to 3 years, pushing down prices and margins further. Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, apparently I didn't know this, but apparently there's this huge market of clowns like buying Teslas and then reselling them for a profit. Yeah, imagine buying like 4 Teslas just so you can flip them for a profit, and then Tesla cuts their prices. Woo, baby. In 2021, the Model Y long range was $50K. Now it's $53K. Don't be surprised if the margins aren't 10% like legacy. User, are you changing your mind on Tesla? I don't know if you're trolling me or not. Imagine people who invested in Tesla when it was $1,200 in 2021 because of these grifters. They're down. Dude, people got wrecked. I remember being upset. Like, I was literally pissed because the clowns kept looking like geniuses. I remember that day when they signed the deal with Hertz, or they said they signed a deal with Hertz. And I remember the stock just went parabolic. And it was already, I think it broached $1 trillion market cap that day. And I was sitting there like, oh, God, these clowns, they just say buy Tesla, and then it just goes up. And it's such an obvious bubble. And I was just so upset. And now I look back and I'm like, that was so obviously going to pop at some point. And now it's finally happening. And I'm happy. I'm happy about it, okay? You know how annoying it is to see a bunch of idiots just say, buy Tesla! And then it just keeps going up. Buy it, buy it, buy it! And then it goes up and up. It's annoying, okay? Whatever. Most of the population of the world lives in apartments or homes without driveways, no way to home charge. EVs either unrealistic. What about solar charging, bro? Tesla increases their prices. Genius, too much demand. Decreases their prices. Genius, too much demand. Everything necessary. It's hilarious. I love it. Keep buying Tesla, boys. Keep buying it. You're going to make so much money. Tesla's cutting prices for 2 reasons: to keep ever-growing number of factories at capacity and to make the most configurations of Model 3 quality full. Okay. I mean, those may be reasons. I don't know. There's a lot of factors. But at the end of the day, if there was so much demand for a Tesla, like everybody's saying there are, why would they cut the prices? And they cut the Model Y, which I suspect is their higher margin vehicle, pretty significantly. Like that, their most profitable vehicle, they cut by the most percentage. It's like, I'm just saying, okay, even if they're making a wise decision, the results of this decision lead Tesla to eventually becoming the size and around the same profitability as legacy automakers. And then you look at the market caps of those legacy automakers and you compare it to what Tesla's is right now. I don't see how you're going to get this insane return when you're paying almost $400 billion for this company at this point in time. I don't know. Let's see. Teslas are ugly. They're okay. I mean, like, they're not ugly, but they're not. I don't get like how people are so entranced by them. It's like if an Android and iPhone were the same price, what would almost everyone pick? Easy, the iPhone. So a price cut in tax credit. Wonder what EV cars are going to get bought. How do you know? Comparing a Tesla is not an iPhone compared to a Samsung. Are you serious? I've heard so many reports of people saying that Teslas are crappily made. I'm telling you, I think Teslas are probably lower quality than most EVs out there. Most of the competitors. Like, if you compare the F-150, the Ford Lightning, to the Tesla Model Y, I mean, that's a horrible comparison because they don't have the Cybertruck out yet. The Ford Lightning is freaking nice. Okay, it's like, that's a nice car. And then I saw a commercial today, not an hour ago, about a Cadillac Lyriq, and it's like 50 or 60K. It's a nice looking car, man, and it's all electric. That's not a good comparison. Tesla's not the iPhone of cars. It's not. Shawman is hilarious, and I live him. But whoever's buying solid companies during this bear market is going to make crazy gains over the next 5 years. Invest wisely, friends. Yeah, VT. You'd be fine. With the EV credit, Model Y is only $46,000 for consumers. It looks like Tesla's coming for their competitors rather than the other way around. They're not. They're cutting prices because the demand. That's why they're doing it. And if they cut their prices and they gain more market share, they're going to eventually trade at the same valuations as other auto manufacturers. They can't win. They're screwed. I'm telling you. As a contractor, I have to go to Tesla dealerships every day. I can tell you when I go through the Honda dealership because there's an easement, the Honda sellers freak out. Why? I don't know. I'm not a Honda fan. I like a Toyota, actually. But I ended up with a Ford and a Chrysler and another Ford. DCF says VT is overvalued as well. Maybe. I don't know. Tesla's grossly overvalued. Yes, it is. When Elon said he was done selling stock for several years, I had a feeling that meant the earnings was going to be one of the ages. I guess we'll see. He's going to sell again. Trust me. Trust me. 38 PE. PE isn't always the end-all be-all, man. Let's see. The costs have come down more than you think. Texas and Berlin were hurting margins and the materials inflated. Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if they cut their price, if they cut their costs by 20%, okay, their margins will be fine. Looking at the chart, Tesla's probably going to rebound, maybe 160 a share, then get a real reality check. Tesla could be a lot less than Toyota. How many Teslas are out there? I agree. I mean, Tesla can go up again in the short term. I always think long term. Like, where's Tesla going to be in 5 years? Best case, it's probably like Toyota size, Toyota market cap. Maybe even if it's double the size of Toyota's market cap in 5 years. Think about that. If it is double Toyota's market cap in 5 years, you've basically got no returns from where you're buying it at right now. You think you're going to win? Really? Okay. Seems like Strongman hates outperforming the market. I do. I hate outperforming. If you outperform the market, you're scum. Never buys individual stock. I do have an individual stock, which, by the way, has been doing pretty good recently. You need to check out Tesla bull name Invest Answers on. The guy's full of hopium with cherry-picked data and keeps getting wrecked on his trades. Please do a video. There's no point, man. He'll just he'll just get more YouTube ad revenue. I mean, the more you're an idiot, the more you're a moron, the more successful you are on YouTube. I feel like I'm getting dumber the more subscribers I get. Folks can beat the market for a while. That's called luck. Replicate their results, publish a study, change their world. You can't. I agree. I mean, anybody can I beat the market last year in one account. Actually, I did beat the S&P 500 last year with VT. Hilarious. Let's see. Not by much, but I did beat the S&P 500. It's not demand falling, it's production accelerating. You got to lower prices to increase the demand of much higher production. Dude, their sales are falling. Didn't their deliveries drop down to 40% year over year when Elon Musk was saying 50%? Dude, you stop denying that Tesla, there is demand for Teslas. There is demand. Of course there is. It's a new exciting company. It's the future, bro. But what I'm saying is it's not going to grow how people think it's going to grow. And when it doesn't, that's when the stock gets wrecked. That's all I'm saying. It's a car company. Tesla is on a PP ETF while they prove they have zero pricing power. Yeah, I love how I'll make a video about it. I love how Kevin redefined what purchasing or pricing power means. Well, if it has relative pricing power, I mean, I only buy companies that have pricing power, and then they cut their prices by 20%. Oh, that's still pricing power because it is. See, because of this. It's like, yeah, pricing power, cutting your prices. I love green energy, all that blank labor in those mines drilling for rare earth metals to save the planet while they're being killed and beaten is my favorite way to virtue signal. But you're a good person, okay? Did you vote Democrat? Model S still based on the 2012 model. Model X already aging as the Model Y, which shares many parts of the Model 3. No new updates. People get surprised they're still. Yeah, I don't think the cars are that exciting. And there's nothing fresh. And then you look at a Tesla, right? And then you look at all these new, awesome, cool electric cars that are coming out. It's like, that car looks good. That car looks really cool. That car looks really cool. Let's look up the, before I shut this off, let's look up the lyric. This is what I saw in a commercial. What is it? Cadillac lyric. Look at this. Delicious superstitious. Delicious superstitious. This is so ishious. Okay, here we go. Look at this. It's not a bad looking car. I don't know how to zoom in on a Mac, but it's a nice looking car. I like that. I mean, can you really say that's like ugly and somebody would never choose this over a Tesla? I don't know. And the commercial was really good. It was really nice. Let's do the Mach E Mustang. This is the electric Mustang. A good looking car. Okay. Wow. I mean, is this really that much different from a Tesla? The Ford Lightning. Look at that. Look at that monster. Look at that delicious superstitious right there. That's a good looking car. Okay. I don't know. You guys keep buying your Tesla stock. I'm just going to laugh at you. And if it goes up in the short term, great. If it goes down in the short term, I'll celebrate. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Cheers.